Iridium, hope you're doing all right. So, did an album review earlier. I'm going to do another one now. This is from a release that came out last Friday. And it's a band called Blood Red Saints and the album Undisputed. Now, one of my friends on Facebook and subscriber, Ralph Firm, said to me, you know, are you going to review that? Because he probably noticed I reviewed everything else that came out near enough everything else that came out last Friday. I reviewed it a few weeks ago because Frontier sent me the promo links for these albums. And this was one that I chose because of time not to review. I hadn't listened to it, but Ralph messaged me and said, it's a fucking great album. Give it a listen. So that gave me a kick up the arse, and I thought, you know what? Let's give this a listen. They're a UK band. This is their fourth album. On Frontiers, August the 6th, it came out, like I said. Melodic rock, verging on melodic hard rock. Let me run you through the band quickly. Pete Godfrey on the vocals and the bass, Lee Reville on the guitar, Neil Hibbs on the guitar, Andy Chemney on the drums. So what you get here, it really surprised me, this album. I love it. I thought it was really great. I almost feel bad that I didn't listen to it back then, but I can't. I'm trying to fit everything in. Now this, first thing you notice on this album is throughout, amazing harmonising backing vocals along the lines of, you know, some of the best bands, Def Leppard, bands like that have, you know, just made a career out of sometimes how amazing their guitar, amazing their backing vocals are. And this band are no exception. So some of these choruses, and this is a good thing in a way, they sort of take a bit of time, but they creep up on you. And by the end of each song, you are hooked on them choruses. Very classy, this, and very different. And it's good to have a band. I said it before, sometimes projects don't sound, you know, like they're together enough. They don't sound in unity. Sometimes when a band gets together in a studio, it's got that feel, that energy, that live feel. These sound like a great band. Now, if you want to put these in a, you know, who do they sound like, sort of, because I like to say, you know, who do they sound like? Because it gives people an idea of whether they're going to like it or not. So I don't know a lot of Night Ranger stuff. I've only heard the last album from Night Ranger, but this sort of band reminds me of them because they do something a bit different. They give you different stuff throughout the album. Night Ranger did that to me. They surprised me with different styles of music. This band sort of does it. They don't stray as much as Night Ranger do, but they have that feel for me, like Night Ranger. Also, classic Bon Jovi, especially the vocalist helps with this. I think he's got a really cool tone. And when Bon Jovi had a great voice, you know, he did at one point, remember? Bon Jovi had a brilliant voice, and you know, we loved the band. Most of the people that watch this channel love classic Bon Jovi. This guy has that feel in his voice. He's got that huskiness a little bit like Bon Jovi had. John Bon Jovi had. I'm not saying the band are totally sound like Bon Jovi. I think more it's the vocals that give you that sort of feel. Also, like a recent band that, you know, a lot of people like, Crush. I think this band they remind me a little bit of Crush, but you know, some people would disagree. It's just what I think of when I first heard the band. Let me run you through the tracks, and this is a great album, by the way. I'm pretty proud again that they're British, this band. It makes it better for me for some reason. You always got to be proud of the country you come from. So first track is This Ain't a Love Song. This is almost a sort of funky feel to this, almost like Extreme, the band Extreme. You will see me, or hear me mentioning other bands, because sometimes that's the easiest way to get across what they remind me of. So this does remind me, just the funkiness of it. It reminds me a little bit of Extreme. At the start especially, it goes into a really cool chugging riff. Definitely has a late 80s vibe to it. A very classy song and very classy band. They give you that, they've got something different. They sound classy. Next up is obviously track 2, Love Like War. Now, I love this. I love this song. A classic heavy rock riff in the verses, great chorus, and you get a taste of those great backing vocals probably for the first time. The first song didn't really give you that, but the second song definitely does, and the backing vocals are just amazing on this band. They really sort of they take time to perfect them, if you like. Heaven in the Headlights is next. It's track 3, the first song that gives you those summer vibes. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of those summer vibes. The perfect time to release an album at the beginning of August. Definitely a driving song. And it's got those AOR, West Coast sort of vibes on this one. A little bit poppy, but there's nothing wrong with that. When we talk about pop, when I talk about pop, I talk about catchiness and, you know, it's going to grip you straight away. That's what this does, Heaven in the Headlights. Very cool song. Next up is Breathe Again. This is a nice mellow tune, almost sort of like reminds me of, this does remind me of Bon Jovi a little bit, especially vocally. AOR done in a very classy, cool way. Sort of semi-ballad, if you like, this one, Breathe Again. Next up is Caught in the Wreckage. Again, this gives me them Bon Jovi vibes, very great melodic rock, late 80s especially. Summer vibes, cool twin lead solos in this as well. Got to have twin lead, man, especially when you're like, I don't know, the English bands do it really cool, didn't it? I think it's that sort of, even though they weren't, you know, Phil Lynott was Irish and all that, the Thin Lizzy, they sort of did those twin leads perfectly, and a lot of these English bands sort of sound like, as soon as you hear a twin lead, it's got those Thin Lizzy vibes. I don't know why. Next up is maybe my favourite song on the album, outstanding song called Karma. This contains probably my favourite riff on the album. At the start of this, it's just amazing how it comes in. It just harks back to some of the greatest riffs you've ever heard. It rides along on a sort of really cool galloping riff throughout the verses, and then a beautiful melodic rock AOR chorus. Karma is the outstanding song on the album. It's absolutely amazing. Next up is Come Alive, summer song again. Sort of like, you know, looking back at the fun you had growing up lyrically. This is really cool song, very catchy, fun tune. Another great, strong song on the album. Alibi's next, a bit poppier sounding this one. It's sort of a great chorus with some brilliant backing vocals. Def Leppard-esque, man. I mean, you got to perfect the backing vocals. It gives you so much in a melodic hard rock band or melodic rock band, an AOR sort of sounding. If you have those backing vocals, if everyone can sing in the band, it's just such a plus point. Undisputed is next. This is the title track. This is a bit heavier, guitar riffing wise. It's almost got a You Give Love a Bad Name sort of chug to the beginning, then into sort of something you would hear on an 80s soundtrack. Honestly, great keys in this, really brings on those 80s vibes. Really cool song. Complete is next. This is a ballad, acoustic start with vocals, giving that classic Bon Jovi sound again for me. The singer's probably going to do his nuts, ain't not sound nothing like Bon Jovi, but you've got to remember how good Bon Jovi were. You know, John Bon Jovi's vocals. I'm not talking about John Bon Jovi now. I'm talking about him when he was at his peak. Again, those backing vocals in this song, in the complete song, are amazing. Track 11 is All I Want to Do. Nice heavy groove and stomp to this. Then a great gallop, a very cool vibe. Sort of reminds me, and this is a bit strange because they're more of a recent band, of Jaded Heart. I spoke about Jaded Heart on another show yesterday, and for some reason, All I Want to Do reminded me of Jaded Heart, a great German AOR melodic rock band. This on the same sort of vibes as this band. And All I Want to Do is one of my favourite songs on the album, sort of a slow to medium pace song, absolutely great. And that finishes off the album. So I really would recommend this. And I feel bad that 3 weeks ago, wherever it was, I didn't listen to this, but I have now. And it's only just come out, and this deserves a lot of recognition, this album. Honestly, it's absolutely great. Everything you want from melodic hard rock, it really is. Check it out. Let me know what you think of the album in the comments below. I'll see you next time.